I've been journaling a lot, but I feel like me journaling has opened this like new channel for myself, and it's like this like I get visions all the time, and I used to get visions here and there, like maybe like only whenever I would daydream or whenever I would like sleep really deeply, I would get visions. But now it feels like it's all of the time. So they're always running in my head. Like, it's like, it used to only be like, well, if I put music on, I'm getting these like visions, I'm getting this whole movie play in my head. But now it's like an all day kind of thing. And I don't mind it at all. But I was outside yesterday just enjoying our weather. It's getting a little bit cooler out here, um, and I just love seeing how like the wind just moves everything, and mainly because we have wind chimes like everywhere. Like all of our neighbors have wind chimes, so when it's really windy outside, it just sounds so magical. All you hear is just like because I have little bells. I have little bells as well, but they have like wind chimes, so it's just really nice to hear the birds singing, the wind chimes going, and it's just like this perfect environment to have these beautiful visions. And while I was sitting there, I was asking myself like, who am I? What do I look like? And all of a sudden I get this like vision of, if you're familiar with SpongeBob and he had Bubble Buddy, that's kind of what I see myself as, is like this being that's just like iridescent, and you can really see through my body, but it's just like I just look like a bubble. And but there's like so much like light in there. Like you all you can see is like this huge beautiful like green light here, or like it could be like any like just changing colors all of the time, and it's just beaming this light, and like my whole like body is just like it looks like a bubble, so all you can see is just my inner light, and that's all I would see. And it felt so beautiful that I was like, I have to share this vision. And there was another moment whenever I was sitting outside, and I was like, I always feel so protected. And I have some angelic oracle cards. Here, let me get them. I have this oracle deck. It's the angel. Well, this is the angel guide oracle deck, and I was shuffling through the cards, just letting it just anything come through, and I got the angelic protection card, and I don't know if you can see that, if it'll focus on it, but I got it a few days ago while I was just shuffling through the cards, and while I was having these visions outside, all I could like think about was asking like how protected am I? Like, what does my angelic protection look like? And while I was sitting there just enjoying the breeze and hearing all of these wind chimes, all I could see was me sitting down in my chair, like in the middle of our backyard. And it was just like these bubble little force fields, right? They look like bubbles, but they're not like as fragile as bubbles. But it's kind of like this color here around, like this like ice blue kind of iridescent color, and it looked like it was just so many of these like little like bubbles were like surrounding me, and it was like huge. And I had like five angels around me on the floor next to me, and then I also had like angels like I guess like flying or like standing right here, like higher and higher, so there was like levels and levels to it. And I was just sitting there and I was like, is this how like protected I am? And then it just the vision got more clearer and more clearer, to the point that it literally felt like the wind felt like it was like wrapping all around me, and it felt so magical. All you could hear was the wind chimes and just the wind wrapping around me, and all I could like visually see is all of these layers of protection, and them saying that every single time you doubted or you ever like were wondering what your protection looked like, for me I would always think of like one little person, you know, not little, but like just an angel just standing next to me, kind of with this like shield and the little sword, but just standing right next to me. But I didn't think that my protection was this huge and this big. And it was like, you're a light being. Like, you deserve all of this beautiful, loving protection because of everything that you've put out in the world. This love is now coming back and protecting you. And I felt like just sharing that because that was such a beautiful vision. And my goal is, if I ever get these like moving visions again, or obviously I'm always going to get them, but the more visions I get, the more I'm going to try to write them down, the more I'm going to just share them, because maybe someone like hears it and it's 333 on my clock and just like resonates with it, and it's like, wow, like I'm not the only one getting these intense visions, because there's a lot of energy moving right now. So if you're seeing a lot of visions, just let them come through, because trust me, every single vision that I've been getting has been so beautiful and so moving that I've just been wanting to sit outside all day, because it's like it's cold and windy and it's just that perfect environment. And like you could hear the birds singing, you can hear nature just being nature, all the wind chimes. Like, it is like the most perfect environment for visions. And I'm just gonna share every single vision that I get whenever I'm out there just meditating, just slowing down and just listening to like all of the messages around me. But I wanted to share that because I felt like that was so beautiful. But I love you. Please take care. I hope you have a great week.